Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VFG Movie Reviews with your host, Tim Williams. How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my review for Brandon Cronenberg, Infinity Pool. Man, let me tell you, when a movie has to open with a warning for its audience, you know you're in for a wild ride, and let me tell you, this is a wild ride of a movie, but what can you expect from the son of the guy who had some of the greatest body horror flicks of all time? Like, hands down, David Cronenberg's amazing. His son is firing on all cylinders, in my opinion, with this movie. This movie is, there's so much to it that it's crazy. So, to our cast, we have Alexander Skarsgård playing James Foster. We have the lovely, the beautiful, oh so talented Mia Goth playing Gabby Bayrar. Cleopatra Coleman playing Emma Foster. And a slew of other actors in this. And so Alexander and Cleopatra, it's so weird to say those names together. It really is. So I would say James and Emma are on an all-exclusive island in a fictional country where you're not allowed to leave the compound of the place because the place is very poor. They rob people. They very corrupt. So you got to stay in the compound or only go to where they take you for safety reasons. James meets Mia Goth's character, Gabby, and she is in awe of him. He's a writer. She read his one book and invites them out to dinner. They build up this friendship, and they take a car out of the compound that they got from the head guy, and they have like this day at the beach, and this is where stuff gets weird. There's an interaction with Mia Goth's character and Alexander Skarsgård where they literally show some stuff that I have never seen shot in a movie before. It's just like it took me back. It put me back in my seat. I was like, I can't believe they just showed that. Which is pretty innocuous to what further happens in this movie. Mia Goth's husband is drunk, so Alexander Skarsgård goes, I can drive. He ends up hitting a guy, and the next morning he goes to jail, and it is revealed that if you have enough money, you can pay these people to create you a clone that will take your punishment. So the rule, one of the things that they live by in the country is that if you kill somebody, the next of kin gets to kill you. Eye for an eye. And so, but if you have enough money, they'll make this clone. He'll take the punishment, but you have to watch. The rule is you have to watch. And think about that on its own. Like, this is a full-blown clone of you. This is you. You're looking into your eyes, and you have to watch yourself get killed. So this whole movie plays on that aspect. If there were no repercussions for your action, what type of person would it turn you into? But there's even a deeper layer to this, is that Gabby, her husband, and the other people that she introduces to, all these rich people, were pretty much just fucking with James the whole time. And he's been actually their target to basically torture and put into things, right? And it's so insane of what Mia Goth, and I've have sung from the hilltop of how much I think Mia Goth is a tremendous actress and everything. There's a scene where he's getting on the bus, he's leaving, he's got his passport back, and he's leaving, and they hold up the bus at gunpoint to get him off the bus, but she's just taunting him from the like, she's like, yeah, and just like holding, and like it is so unnerving how much like evil is coming from these people, these rich assholes that have nothing better to do than to fuck with this guy who they all thought were his friends, but they're not. They're just literally fucking with. And one of the scenes that I don't think I've ever seen it in a movie, she literally makes him walk in front of her car as she's sprawled out on the car, drinking wine and pretty much telling him he's their whole thing, right? And she, like, the wine bottle falls on the ground and he wrestles the gun away from her. He runs off in the woods and she's randomly shooting in the woods, hits him in the back of the leg. He stumbles upon this house. Then later that night, they show up at that with another clone of him acting like a dog. And they sick the dog on him, and he's fighting and he's wrestling with this dog. And he gets the upper hand and he's just repeatedly punching his own self in the face so many times, and the visuals of it to like just a bloody like paste. And it's so visceral and insane. And then Mia Goth's character comes over and like kneels down with him and she's rubbing his hand. And then she pulls out her boob, rubs the blood on her boob, and then presents it to him like he's a suckling child. Like, the full indoctrination of this psychological torture that they put him through is so insane. And so at the end, they're all going back to their lives and they're just having the most innocuous conversations, and he's just sitting there like, what they're talking about, like normal things, going back to their lives and to yoga and all this stuff. And he is so scarred by the end of this movie. He like doesn't get on the plane. The island is shut down for the rainy. The resort is shut down for the rainies. He just goes back to the resort. He can't go back to a normal life. This is the only life he knows now. And he's so far gone. It's insane. And that's how the movie... It's hands down one of the craziest movies that I have seen. I really had. And there was just a couple of story beats that I don't think achieved what they wanted to achieve, so I had to deduct from that. But where does this lie on my 5-star review? The story's a 4. The cinematography is a 4. The characters a 4. The design is a 4, because this is beautiful. Beautiful. Brings our total to a 4. This, oh my God, this movie was insane, insanely good. Brandon Cronenberg, like I said, fire on all cylinders. Absolutely loved it. Did you guys get to go see this movie? Were you put off by some crazy ass shit in this movie? And this was a crazy ass movie. But I'm glad there are movies out there like this. I really am. It is a breath of fresh air to cinemas that are so cookie cutter now. It's a breath of fresh air. I dug it. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I will see you in our next video.